that's how it is. 2 jobs up late all night, no sleep. Got a show, hit the crib, change clothes. That's how it be. Life of a nut ass, trying to get signed, y'all. Ain't gon' let no label rob me of my shine, yo. Not me, yo. You can keep those contracts, that's whack. Not me, yo. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. Just another day, another song, and another show. Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there she go. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. Just another day, another song, and another show. Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there she go. Yeah, I be busy pushing records on my own. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, videos like me, follow me on social media. Labels want you to have 1 million followers. Won't sign me, don't mind me. I do the work on my own independently. I'ma keep trying, I'ma keep shining. Putting work every day, stay grinding. Life of an artist, trying to get signed, y'all. Ain't gon' let no label rob me of my shine, yo. Not me, yo. You can keep those contracts, that's whack. Not me, yo. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. Just another day, another song, and another show. Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there she go. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. Just another day, another song, and another show. Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there she go. If one more label try to stop me, it'll be another label, wish they would have signed me. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. You don't want no problems with no problems with me. If one more label try to stop me, it'll be another label, wish they would have signed me. Yeah, yeah.
You should have tried it, Bevan, because, you know.
My lungs are past. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all good. Listen, guys, we are here live in the den. We made it. You know what I'm saying? It's a great day on a Wednesday to be here. Even though it's kind of windy, we didn't get blown away. So thank God we didn't get blown. Amen. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the IAG Radio Show. We stand for Independent Artist Goals. Our mission is to ensure that we provide a welcoming and positive platform to showcase and share your artistry, because, you know, there are a lot of dope people in the world and everybody needs to know who you are. And so we're just here to make sure that there's a bridge between that gap for those who are developing themselves, already developed, and just dope as I don't know what. Similarly to BOOMscat. So there we have it. For sure. All right, so let's get into some things now. All right, because clearly a lot's been going on. And so, Asha and Patience, welcome to the show, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome. Glad you're in the building. Wonderful. So, there you go. Thank you, Trev, for the clapperizations. So here's the deal, guys. There's been a lot of stuff going on. And so how our platform works is that we talk about certain issues and then we ask you to weigh in as well. Okay. My hat is pretty dope, but this doesn't work too well with...
You want to take... Oh, okay.
I'm just going, you know, I had my hat cocked to the side.
No, but that's a good look.
Okay.
I like
We just going to work the smush down.
Yeah.
All right. So... You know, I just got to keep it kinetic and keep it moving. All right. So anyway.
That's the word.
Is it? I thought so as well. Thank you. I try. So here's the deal, right? So there's this issue about, let me see, FABULO. US. Is he still fabulous? I don't really know.
No.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? If those who don't know, Fabulous is married. She's not just a baby mama. She's actually married to Fabulous, to this woman named Emily B. Okay, Emily B. and Fabulous had some concerns, I guess a disagreement. We've all been in relationships or two, and we all know that in some capacity there's argumentation that transpires, right? Are we in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So with that being an agreement, there's levels of argumentation that transpires, right? There's ones that's just like petty, right? There's ones that are just kind of like, you know what? I'm not even about to go there with you. Like, I know I can, so I'm gonna just diffuse and reset myself and come back later and stalk you on social media. We know there's others that require us to kind of be like, man, if you get in my face, young, whole time, you about to get this smoke, right? And then there's others that it's not just talking. There are severe kind of threatarizations that happen, right? And so if those who don't know, Fabulous threatened Emily B and her brother as well as her father. And so allegedly, Emily B's front teeth were knocked out along with some other brutal damage to her face as a result of Fabulous. And so this brings up a concern because Fabulous made some words, you know what I'm saying? And I know in the heat of arguments, we can say some outlandish things. I think we've all have said some things that we've been like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have said that. But one thing I know I've never said is that, there's a bullet with your name on it, and actually saying that to possibly my, wife's father or husband's daddy. Like, I don't think I would actually say those kind of words at all. Do you think Fabulous crossed the line? And do you feel like this is showing tell of other issues that clearly have been happening for some time, and somehow now somebody decided to videotape it, and so now it is on blast for everyone to see? So those are the two questions. What are your thoughts? Viewers, we asked you to participate, and Torian can fill us in with whomever says something. We'll add that to the conversation, but it's an open conversation. So just tell me how you feel. Tell me something good. Yeah.
Wow. I saw the video and I watched Emily basically run around a car to get away from Fab.
Yeah.
And that was really scary. That's the mother of your children. That's your wife. Right. Y'all been together for a long time.
Right. She ain't no baby mama. Yeah.
And she knows you, so she knows what you're capable of, right? The way that she ran away from him off bucks, just
whole time.
Ran.
Yeah.
I was like, that's real fear. That's really scary to watch.
Right. Okay.
And the stuff that he was saying to Emily's father and to her.
Yeah.
You're canceled, my guy.
It's below the belt.
I love Fab, musically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you've crossed lots of lines. You've crossed into Chris Brown territory at this point for me.
Oh, you put Chris Breezy out there. Okay.
An abuser's an abuser.
I can totally dig it. I have no haterization whatsoever. I just want to, I guess my thing is I try to keep people in their lane and not make a correlation to one situation to the other, because both are wrong, but then there's two that's really different. You know what I'm saying? Both are wrong. Nobody should be putting your hands, unless you want a sexual healing. But I don't feel like anybody should be putting their hands on you
in a way to harm, in a physical way to harm you.
Thank you, cuz. Okay. Asha, your thoughts?
I didn't see any of the video. I actually just don't know anything about what's happening. But if my wife's two front teeth are missing as a result of anything that I've done, then as
you should
the
get your butt
said,
okay.
Cancel that.
Yeah,
cancel that.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. B, your thoughts?
So, all right. I'm a play devil's advocate just because.
That's B.
That's what I like to do. I like to ruffle people's feathers.
Of course. Oh, the Capricorn's coming up. All right.
All right. I'm not he was absolutely dead wrong for hitting her. There's no excuse for that. You should never put whether it's a man putting his hands on a woman putting her hands on a man. Keep your hands to yourself. We don't want to fight. No fights. All I'm going to say is I hate, and I think that I've said this once before on other topics, that everything gets played out on social media. Everything gets played out on social media. We don't know. We only are seeing one side of the picture. We're seeing one side of the picture. Yes, he was kirking on her, and yes, he said some stuff that was absolutely foul. He did. We don't know what took place before that. We don't know what her dad said to him, what she may have said to him, not excusing. I'm just saying, you can't, we as a people, we as a society are so quick to make a rush judgment on a person and on a situation without knowing the facts. And honestly, we're never going to know the true facts of the story.
Well, it's in court documents. That is the truth.
Three sides.
I know we talk about three sides, but the truth is in the court.
Every story. Truth ain't always the court ain't always the truth neither. A court situation is a lawyer or two lawyers' attempts to see whose story plays out better. And I'm only saying that because I've personal experience. And it's not about the truth. It's about whose story looks better, whose story is going to be more appealing to win the decision of A, the jury, or A, the judge. Fab is wrong. So don't beat me up and say, oh, she taking that for him.
Oh, yeah, because everybody legit, I don't know if you saw, people were like,
I mean, it's good.
Do we respond right now? Or
I'm accustomed
are we going to kirk out on Bab? We love Bab, but
I was built for this, so.
Yeah, so Trev, your thoughts being the only gentleman in the room, you know what I'm saying? What's your take on this situation?
Well, I mean, you guys said it all. I mean, he was wrong. I appreciate you taking devil's advocate, but playing devil's advocate. But I think we have enough facts. I mean, he's just wrong. I think that men in general, especially when we're younger, need to learn how to deal with these kinds of situations when you're getting into a heated argument with a woman. What are your options? And learn to take those options to walk out, because guys have tempers and they don't always, especially when you're young, don't always know what to do. But and I think it's probably started with Fab when he was younger, and he was never called out on it. Yeah. And now, it's out there in the public and he's learning that. It's just like with Chris Brown. He was a young man, at least when I became aware of him doing that. I don't know if he's still the exact same way. He's still,
No, I don't think so.
It's pictures,
though. I haven't heard of him really beating anybody like
as of
that first time
yeah.
That we all became aware of it, and I think that's a young man's thing that needs to be corrected before they become, older men that are just really either thinking that
futile. Yeah.
Fab and he old. Fab old.
Yeah, he's like for real. You just look young.
Fab is old.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? I literally was in a school today, and this little boy had a tantrum, and I quickly can go from nice to like hold up, hold up, bruh. Come here for a quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't the one. I'm not one of these other teachers in here that's just, let's talk about this. Let's talk about our ABCs. No, you step into me the wrong way, we're going to have to talk about it in a different capacity. And literally, once he calmed down, he was like, hey, Miss Jones, real talk, I'm apologizing because, my mom told me that I have an anger problem, so I just kind of deal with it. I said, pause. You too young to have an anger problem. Like, you're in 3rd grade, son. Like, you don't have an anger problem. How about, have you ever thought to just be like, let me just woosah this out? It really isn't that serious. Like, I hate the idea that parents sometimes put these titles and these negative connotations and spirits on their children, and then their children then personify this stuff and just act like it's okay. Like, how do you have a anger problem? That is something an adult who was a child who never got the guidance to get the direction to know how to have a conversation, to calm down, 1, 2, 3. Because I remember on Family Matters that, Carl was like, 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. What the heck is bothering me? Like, I remember that off of Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, you got to work yourself through it. And I think similarly to what Trev is kind of alluding to and kind of saying that we're groomed in certain manners as a child. And as a young man, this young man is thinking, like, if nobody ever told him, I'm not saying I changed this guy's life, right? He's in 3rd grade. I don't think I changed his life. But for the rest of the day, he was smiling. I saw his dimples. He was giving me a hug, like, oh, Miss Jones, da-da-da-da. Whatever that anger mess was, that label was taken off of him. And I think we inadvertently give people labels, right? And then they become older. And if you are famous, it's easier for you to be around people who just are always team whatever and don't ever honestly check you. because now you're famous. You're the person who's probably paying everybody's salary or paying for stuff. So nobody wants to step on your toes. But a lot of people have said Fabulous, who he is as a musician and who he is in real life, are two separate people. And this is often, bless you, a dichotomy that a lot of people experience when they're like, oh my God, you're my favorite artist, you're my favorite actor or actress. And they meet the people in real life and they're idiots, or they're boring as I don't know what, or they talk about all this crazy stuff, smoking weed. They don't smoke weed. They don't let their kids watch anything that got weed smoking in it. You know, it's like people have a image that they portray as artists oftentimes. And I just think that people have said from the streets that Fab has always been hood and he's always rolled with the streets, and that's just how he's always carried it. It's just so happened that it didn't make social media. And so I feel like it's unfortunate, but like I don't think if you are busting out my teeth, that is problematic. You know what I'm saying? This is not I just slap you and wait, even I just slap you doesn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? So regardless, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was like.
I don't think that's hood. I don't think that's like just indicative. I think that's just you got a lot of dudes in the hood. They ain't beating on women. That's like that's a rule. That's a manhood thing.
Yes.
Just don't.
Yeah. Yes. Come on, Jody.
That's a sociopath issue. That's a
whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just is what it is. Yeah. And it's like power tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into my thing, but I remember a lot of, when I worked for DC Department of Human Services, there were a plethora of domestic violence calls. And, it came from man to woman and woman to woman. And like it happens quite frequently. And it's like people don't want to talk about it. And women to man. Some women beat men up, you know what I'm saying? And then men feel this inferiority because of the fact that they are a man. So they feel like, man, I'm getting my butt beat by a woman. Who should I tell about that? I'm going to look like a punk, but either way, no matter where it goes, it's never okay. You know what I'm saying? So I pray for Emily B. I pray for Fab. I pray that,
pray for their kids.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Background crying. That's the part
that was scary. Like that was legit tears. Like that was stop hitting my, that's just team too much. So let's move on to something else that's team too much. And this happened a couple of months ago, but they just aired it again on Housewives of Atlanta. So we all know who Nene Leakes is, correct? Do we not? And so Nene kind of.
You don't know?
Yes, I know who she is.
Asha.
Because you was looking a little confused.
I don't know her life like y'all know her life. I know who she is.
We don't know her life either. Let's get that straight. But we know what she's done. Roaches. Okay, clearly. But here's the deal. So she, as a comedian, we've had a couple of comedians come on our show, and they have talked about the struggle of stand-up comedy and being, heckled by a heckler. And I couldn't say this on Monday. I was drinking some wine. Thank God I'm not drinking any wine right now. But here's the deal, because we talked about it in our planning meeting. But here's the deal. So she had a heckler at a stand-up comedy show, basically, and she was like saying whatever she was saying. The joke didn't go over well, and so she kind of took it real. Y'all didn't take my proper show. She took it real personally, and definitely went off and said, "I hope a Uber driver rapes you."
Oh, Nene.
Whoa.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. It didn't work.
That's not even funny.
It's not funny.
What about that was funny?
But see, I think the issue, there's a fine line that comedians have to kind of walk on, because they have to take real situations and then try to find some comical attributes to it, right? And so
not that seasoned of a comedian.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
She's not that seasoned to make that funny, because that's happening. So that's not.
And also, she had a really large platform because it was the Escape Tour, right?
And she got pulled off the joint. Yeah.
It was sucks to be you, Nene.
She also, I think, like you said, she's not seasoned, so she hasn't gone through comedy clubs and been heckled. And I think a lot of comedians who have that platform, touring, they have gone through the ringer.
Yeah. Yeah.
They go through that. They can make a joke funny, or they can make a comeback funny, but that's
that went the extreme. And you know, it's unfortunate because I think as artists, and emerging artists, and independent artists, right? You always want to be able to give yourself another platform. And sometimes it's interesting how if you associate yourself with something, people may disassociate from you. And sometimes you make that stand and it's just like, well, it is what it is. This is who I am. But in that instance, I think Nene was very apologetic, primarily because of the backlash, in my opinion, right? I don't know her, but that's what I'm assuming. And because her reaction was like, oh my God, I didn't realize I said that once. It just came out. And it's like, well, Nene, you gotta, like, just like everybody, just like I have to learn, like, there's a way that you have to say something, like you legitimately might feel real, like, you know, going ham on somebody, but then you have to realize, wait a minute, what's the repercussions of me now saying this right then and right now? Like, legitimately is, you know, I think the biggest thing that most people talk about is once they become more recognizable, like in the grocery stores or whatever, right? Sierra Lynn talked about it. You know, she has to be cognizant of, like, wait a minute, people have rolled up on me, talking to me all the time. I gotta, like, switch zones and remember, like, okay, they think I'm Sierra Lynn and I'm in mommy zone right now. Like, I don't feel like talking to you, but I gotta play the part, you know? And Nene was wrong, you know what I'm saying? And then to lose that platform of being on the Escape Tour, like, you could have then been introduced to a plethora of a larger audience, you know what I'm saying? And I think she was the opener. So that was a homegirl hookup. And I think Candy kind of struggled, at least this is how it appeared to be, that she struggled because she's like, we repaired our relationship. This would have been a great opportunity for her. But unfortunately, business moves, I have to let her go. So have you all ever experienced something where you unfortunately had to kind of cut ties with certain people because they might have done something that has not gone over too well, and still had to keep a relationship with them? Anybody?
Nah. Once I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. Straight like that.
Okay. T?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, you know.
T's a teddy bear. I don't know.
Like,
she loves everybody.
I might have some enemies out there, but I don't know about it. But yeah, I don't know. I've never had a confrontation that led to that.
Yeah. Trev, what about yourself?
Booking gigs and things like that, or sharing a gig. Yeah, I've had
absolutely
people, you know, that I've worked with. You know, I consider them friends, but when it comes to business, I have to go either an extra. Like, consciously, I decided I'm not reaching out to them to do anything. But if they reach out to me, I'm not gonna turn down money.
Right.
I gotta go further to make sure this is on the up and up. Everything's documented
right
between us so-called friends. It's you know, it's no longer a friendship thing. It's business.
It's business. Yeah.
Several people cut ties with me for stuff I've done, but we ain't gonna talk about
it. You know, that's real. Let's talk about this. Chip. TRB. Oh, there we go. That was pretty decent. Almost.
Right try.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Anyway. I try from time to time. It's okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I have had friendships where I'm like, yeah, like I'm going to have to like let this one go. 'Cause it's just not looking right. Like, you're out here now, it's guilty by association. And that's seemingly what transpired with Candy and the Escape Tour. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how much money Candy, you know, has, she's not the only person in the group. This ain't the Candy Tour. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes you have to make hard decisions. So what's the moral of the story in all of this?
Watch your mouth.
Even if it's somebody is heckling, a heckler is doing it.
Watch your mouth.
Rape jokes are never funny.
Yeah,
right.
Rape jokes are never funny.
Right. I think you're actually right about that. Like, it's never going to be okay. T, you had mentioned something in our planning meeting.
Yeah, like so Chris Rock got a little backlash from Tambourine when he was saying, you know, I want the white mothers out there protesting, you know, because their son died, you know, their son got shot by the cops. Right. So it's just like people were like, well, you don't really want children dead, like. You know, it was funny to, you know, at the time, but it's just like, if you come to think about it, it's like, you don't really want, you know, a child to die. Yeah. Right. On any case, you know, whether a white child or, you know, a black child. So he got a little backlash for that. So, but it's like the same thing, but you got to just be careful what you say.
Yeah, and you got to keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? And thinking about, 50 years ago, Martin Luther King was assassinated, and it's like crazy that was only 50 years ago. You think about that, like we aren't that close we're not that far removed from being like in his time. And I think when we were kids, it was just kind of like, oh, Martin Luther King must be nice. And it's like now that we're older, it's like, yo, Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying, it's real. Like Malik was out there. He was the only drummer with his crew that was helping parading with that sound, that drum beat, for the actual march they had early crack of dawn this morning. And it's just kind of like crazy that this only was 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we still struggling, we still having the same problems, just different day, different circumstance, same ending. And so there's clearly much for us to improve upon, but it's time for something that is most important to us.
Yes, it is.
B with the T, B with the T,
Ay.
B with the T, B with the T,
Ay.
B with the T, B with the T,
Ay.
B with the T.
You did.
How's everyone doing?
Great, wonderful.
Those types.
It's
Yeah.
good to hear. All right, we just got a little bit of tea today. Slightly
Got
tired.
your night voice
okay.
on it.
It's the time. I've been asleep all day.
Got a little
Okay,
tea
let me-
today. Okay, go ahead.
Right. I'm tired. I have embarked upon a journey to improve my health, which requires me to work out every day and restrict my eating. I love food, as everyone knows. I've mentioned several times on the show. However, I'm not being allowed to indulge in those things that I enjoy. And then I'm also slightly Jamaican because I have 3 jobs. So I'm tired. So hence the reason for the bedroom voice.
But we appreciate your strive,
And-
okay?
And some people like the bedroom voice.
Oh, okay. Well, great.
You know,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
First and foremost, starting at the top, we want to say rest in peace. Rest in peace to Winnie Mandela. This is we losing them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of saying rest in peace.
We did a lot of rest in peace. Yeah.
I'm tired of RIPs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're inevitable, but
Yeah, they are. It's part of life.
she was the mother of a nation, Mama South Africa. So, rest in peace. All right, let's go on to happier things. I don't want to be sad anymore. Well, this is kind of not happy, but it is. So 3 young men did a good deed for their lifetime, and I'm hoping it's not going to be the last good deed that they do. They saw a man, he was getting ready to commit suicide. He was getting ready to take the plunge, and they grabbed him and would not let him go and pull him to safety. They are being honored for their efforts. So we want to applaud those young men. That's
Come
when
through
you
with
put
the
your notes
applause.
when you put your notes in the agenda, you get applauses on time. That was a shade to me. Because my notes not never there no more.
Yeah,
Off
yeah.
the cuff, because stuff happens. Even though I do got something to happen real quick, but I'm going to get to that last. All right. We want to say a big congratulations to Lil Tunchi,
Oh, finally.
a.k.a. Lil Wayne.
Finally.
He won. Birdman has to run him his money.
Money.
Run it, Birdman, the father. The son, they just recently had a picture together. So I hope that picture was, I'm going to go ahead and slide you a check. No, I don't want to, your check's no good with me. I need certified funds. Cash or a money order, a cashier's check. Your checks bounce higher than Kobe. So no thank you. All right, so here's something new to happen, y'all. I don't know if y'all are all aware. This is in the sports thing. All right, so everybody know I love the Redskins. That's my team. I love them. Win, lose, or draw, they suck. I know. I don't care. It's still my team. Guess who? Guess who going to the Ravens, y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Guess who going to the Ravens?
Griffin.
RG3.
Oh, yes. I saw this.
Wow.
And
Okay.
a part of me is like, oh, why? I see you, Robert. Because I liked him on the Redskins. I did. I felt like he was a good role model. My son loved him. I was like, yes. Then he started doing some shady stuff in his personal life, that has no place in the media, but whatever. But the Ravens, why you couldn't go somewhere else? Why you got to go up the street and around the corner? Don't do us like that.
Go to the Ravens.
You mad? Because you like the Ravens because you from Baltimore.
Team.
You upset?
We don't need them. We don't need them.
Why?
Wow.
I mean, Colin would have been a better pickup.
You know what? I was
You
gonna
feel
say
you
that.
need somebody to,
It's amazing how
yeah.
Robert
You need somebody to
given
replace him.
all of his issues,
Indiscretion.
all of his indiscretions, has just very easily picked up. Oh, here you go, Rob. Here's a spot on the team. But Colin, who took a stand, took a knee for our people, he can't get no play, no way. So, I mean, whatever. Congratulations, Robert, but we were all rooting for you, Colin Kaepernick. So that's my T. B with the T, B with the T. B with the T, B with the T. B with the T, B with the T.
We're good.
All right, so that's amazing. So now, this is the great time in the show when we like to, kind of pat ourselves on the back and throw out a shameless plug. If you know of any artists, and by artists we mean rappers, singers, dancers, spoken word, comedians, a Uber driver, a football player, anybody that's doing something independently on their own, just doing their own thing. I mean, that might be your passion, driving cars.
Independent hustle.
And on your independent hustle, please, we want to know about you. We want to be involved in your success. We want to get in where we fit in with you and help you, promote you, be great with you and for you. So please send them our way. Facebook, everything is IAG Radio Show. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. What's another one? That's all of them?
Everything.
All
That's
of them.
good.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
It's just IAG, baby.
IAG, baby.
Yeah.
Now, what do we have?
Oh, yeah. So our artist actually submitted some music.
Ooh.
Shout out to Kyla Simone. Thank you for submitting your new song. This is her new single. It's called Wildflower. Wildflower. And she submitted us. She's the founder of Girls in Guitar. She submitted a new single. It's actually dropping May 4th. But so this is an IAG exclusive. So yeah, check her out. Kyla Simone Music. DJ Trev, you got that song?
Wildflower grow, look how your petals rise, glisten in the light. Wildflower grow, color the mountainside, let it come alive. You were made to uplift the nations out their pain and sorrow. You were made to change generations, give them hope for tomorrow. Keep growing and growing and growing. Keep growing and growing and growing. Wildflower grow, be bold where you're planted, used where you've landed. Wildflower grow, live light with abandon, the world is your canvas. You were made to uplift the nations out their pain and sorrow. You were made to change generations, give them hope for tomorrow. Growing, yeah, keep growing and growing. Grow so the ones who don't know who they are can see the Creator in you, yeah. Grow so the ones feeling lost and alone can see what trust in the Maker can do, yeah. Grow so the ones who don't know who they are can see the Creator in you, yeah. Grow so the ones feeling lost and alone can see what trust in the Maker can do, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Thank you, Kyla.
Thank you, Kyla.
Like we're all while we're listening and posting. Definitely, Patience is like, I just feel like I should be running through the meadows of like
wildflowers.
You know, like as you,
yeah, that was real.
Keep growing and growing. Yeah, so we love Kyla. Kyla is our graphic designer. She's my college roommate. Bless you. You know, she's pretty much everything, you know, in the clutch. And so we appreciate Kyla. Thank you so much, Kyla, for pushing and continuing to do your craft in the midst of putting everybody else on. Obviously, Girls in Guitar, we went out and were our official sponsors of that, and we're so glad to be a part of that situation. So listen, if you have some more dope music like Kyla's, definitely be sure to hit us up on IAG Radio Show on all social media platforms. If you know of somebody, just tag us and we'll go ahead and check them out, because we just love exploring new artists. And, you know, we're here to support you. That's what we do, and it's all about that. So let's get into some more music.
Yeah. Let's get into some feel-good music.
Like
You like feel-good music? Yeah. DJ Trev, go ahead and play that BOOMscat feel-good joint off that new project. You dig?
I don't need no permission to love you the way I do, baby. Ain't no condition. 'Cause your body's calling, my body's pulling me work, and I'm on a mission. Take your body places it wants to go. So baby, just listen. You sit back and let me make you feel. You know I'm a healer. I've got all the tricks. So let me feel ya. It's like ocean.
I knew what that
I just hope you notice. I do this on purpose. Baby, I can make you feel good. Feel good. I can make you feel good. Feel good. If you let me, I can make you feel good. Feel good. If you let me, I can make you feel good. Feel good. If you let me, I can make you feel good. I can make you feel good. Feel good. I can make you feel good, baby.
I think that's the bedroom voice.
Yeah.
Feel good, baby. I can make you feel good, baby.
I think that's what it is.
For sure.
Hey.
Is that what we rocking to? Yeah.
Ooh, we been working with the kids too long. Ooh.
There we go. I just figured out what it was.
Now, watch your mouth.
So that's that new BOOMscat.
It can make you feel good, though.
Feel
I
good.
felt good about
I just
it.
worked. I was actually practicing that to the song. Oh,
In your own personal time.
And that's
I
all
was before I got here. I was like, I'm gonna do this because I've
She
seen my
wanted to do
kids,
that.
and I was like, I could do.
You could have done.
Good.
But then how you gonna hit the other joint?
Yeah.
I be trying to do that, Joe. I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, it definitely makes you feel good.
Yep.
And we're so glad that you guys are in the building. BOOMscat is here live in the den with the IAG Radio Show family. We couldn't be more excited considering that your album just came out. That has to be a very enthralling experience, exciting. And it's kinetic, you know what I'm saying? Kinetic energies, you know what I'm saying? The whole 9 yards. It's all good for sure. Listen, but my question to you all, because a lot of people might just see you all, right? They might have been fans back in the day with Wednesday Versus, you know what I'm saying? And shout out, rest in peace to Lorna. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But like, definitely people, we want to get to know more about BOOMscat. Like, where did you all get the name BOOMscat? Like, where did that come from? I'm gonna let the one half say one thing and the other. I feel like this is like a wedding game. Who's gonna really who knows the real story? You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, of all games.
Your name comes first.
My name comes first?
Yeah. So.
All right, so the Boom.
Okay.
Well, me and Patience first met. I was drumming behind some of her poetry. And
Indeed. Okay.
So my drummer name in the city is Boom Clack. And
Boom Clack Clack.
Yes, Boom Clack, yes. And that'll be my half, and you can take the rest of that away, Patience.
So I think it started as
she dropped the clack, added the scat.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
And thus BOOMscat was born.
Oh, BOOMscat.
BOOMscat.
It was the jazz and the tempo coming together so it can be a duo. Up in the building.
Yes. Going on the next album.
Because we couldn't wait no more. I was so impatiently waiting for more. Ashe, but should I just say Asha hit me with that beat on the ones and the twos?
Well, hello now.
Click and click, and then we can go and do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh,
watch out now.
Wait a
watch
minute.
Out
wait a minute. Wait a minute. They aren't ready for it. They just can't be. Okay. Anyway. So at what point did you really decide to be a group? Because there's a distinct difference between like, okay, you know what I'm saying, we vibing or whatever, you know, we got this situation going on. I'll play a little bit behind you. But when did it decide to say, let's make this kind of official and do something about this like a group?
I feel like you made that decision, Patience.
I made that decision first?
I feel like you made that decision.
Ooh. Decisions.
I mean, we were getting booked for stuff. Like people were... We would go to
Our friends gave
houses.
us a chance.
Yeah, we would go to people's houses and sing, and they were like, "Oh, well, we're having an event like Nene and Rakita," and we ended up singing at their event. We ended up singing at this spot called Mova that was on 14th Street. Shout out to Daffo from the Cool Lot. Shout out to the Cool Lots.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, we did a lot of that, and then
But
we
I
had
think
our first official show at Chief Ike's. And it was a horrible show. Horrible. That was my fault.
That was growing, though.
Yeah.
I feel like legitimately there are growing pains, in which we're going to talk about because you know what I'm saying.
I had a keyboard. I had a keyboard sitting on top of a 22-inch bass drum, and I was hitting the kick pedal.
Yo, at the same time.
That was creative.
Yeah, with your little straight backs. I remember like it was yesterday. That worked.
But I want to say that I think we made the decision to, I guess, collaborate together. Or we didn't make the decision. We figured out that there was a chemistry when I was playing some of my production at a jam session, and Patience started singing over it, and honestly, nobody's been able to sing over my production because it's been so cinematic and ambient, and everyone that I've like pitched it to, or yo, Ash, you had beats, yeah, let me come here. They're just like, I just want to listen to this. So I haven't really been successful with like, you know, having somebody really sing over my tracks until I met Patience, and then it just developed over that.
Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Wonderful. You had the patience to wait for Patience.
Oh,
well, I don't have much of that. But
another topic.
I'm just joking. I got
that was not a joke. But anyway, we love how, you know, the charisma occurs in a group and like the connection that happens. And I know that oftentimes you want to vibe out with a lot of people, and then you realize, wow, we just don't really vibe that much. And you know, you do dope music. I thought I did dope promote music? Well, let's connect. And then you may somebody be like, well, this is going to cost you such and such money for a feature. And you're like, wait, pause. You aren't that important yet. And neither am I. That's the whole idea of collaborate. Let's try to work on things together. So considering that this is now an LP, right? There's a lot of time and money that goes into recording, right?
Yes.
And then also there's a lot of emotions that go into that.
Absolutely.
And then thinking to make an LP is a totally different circumstance than just saying I have an EP and I just do some bomb, covers. And what made you all say, now is the time to do it?
I mean, Asha creates consistently, is a consummate professional, consistently creating. So she had a lot of creation, a lot of material. Thank you. That was the word that I was looking for. I appreciate.
We're here for you.
You got me some tissue. You got my back.
That's what we did.
We here, it's love right here. She's constantly creating, so there was just so much material in her mind, and so when we get together and she starts creating and I'll just start singing, we just had a lot and a lot of emotion and a lot of outpour and the spaces that we were in our lives.
And we had already put out 3 EPs, so and people were really tired of. They were just like, "Yo,
what's next?
I need way more than this."
I was hoping. Can you just put it in a collage and just have them all back to back to back? Yeah.
So I think we realized that we did have the material to actually put out a full album, and we had the support.
Okay.
And the backing from House Studio to make that happen. So we definitely need to say that House Studio has been a very key
from the very
key
beginning.
player of BOOMscat since we first started. So
I bet you guys had to have a lot, since you guys were in the studio for so long. I bet you guys had a lot of snacks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
kind snacks all day.
I bet. You know what I'm saying? But what about some hot Cheetos? I think those are snacks that people probably have to have.
Look,
They are.
hot Cheetos.
Yep, hot Cheetos.
That's the one snack that you have to stop eating, but you can't.
Yeah, because they're hot.
Exactly. Let's get into that hot Cheetos single song right here. It's off Kinetic. Off of Kinetic. Yeah, right. So check that out. Summertime Ready.
I was a little girl back when I used to run for the ice cream truck. A little girl back then. You remind me of hot Cheetos and a Rock Creek. You remind me of hot Cheetos and a Rock Creek. I was a little girl back then. I was a little girl back when I used to run for the ice cream truck. A little girl back then. Whoa, I remember. Your skin was chocolate as the city was. You taste just like young love. Outside till the street lights came on. Didn't wanna come in when mama called. Used to play hopscotch while you rode your bike. Didn't go far, kept you inside. Wasn't sure what I felt, but I knew I was better when I was with you. You remind me of hot Cheetos and a Rock Creek. You remind me of hot Cheetos and a Rock Creek. I was a little girl back then. I was a little girl back when I used to run for the ice cream truck. A little girl back then. You remind me of hot Cheetos and a Rock Creek. You remind me of hot Cheetos and a Rock Creek. I was a little girl back then. I was a little girl back when I used to run for the ice cream truck. A little girl back then. Whoa, natural. Wasn't sure what I felt, but I knew summer days were better when I was with you. You remind me of hot Cheetos and Rock Creek. You remind me of hot Cheetos and Rock Creek. I was a little girl back then. I was a little girl back when I used to run for the ice cream truck. A little girl back then.
Hey. So, being a little girl back then, there's clearly some things that you guys have learned, and the fact that you, from when you started, right, the inception, to now where you guys are. And so the question that I have is, what are the benefits and the learning points of being in a duo group?
Boss.
Uh-oh.
Well, since you put it that way. No. We're both bosses here. The benefits of being a duo, you're not alone.
Okay.
That's
you
huge.
You are not alone.
She is here with me.
Okay.
Yep.
Just like that? Okay.
Yeah, just always having somebody. And I think I'll say this, and I don't want to like rephrase your question, but the benefits of being in this duo is that we recognize each other's strengths.
Okay.
And we let each other fly with that. I'm more on the production side of things and learning from her.
Okay.
The songwriting aspect of things.
Indeed.
Vice versa.
Okay.
So I think that's really cool because it helps us become better artists altogether.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so on the scat, you know what I'm saying, because you got to always be coming with the ability to flow. So, you know,
oh yeah,
you know, you've had to learn from like, okay, what's necessary to be an argument? How do we negotiate what we're asking for? Like, how do we realize, okay, this is fundamentally what we need to be doing. This gig we should do, maybe not so much this gig. You know what I'm saying? These are conversations that have to be had. Even like, what is your image? What does that look like? You know, developing from where you started to where you are now. Obviously, you're not in the same space. So, you know, Patience, what are your thoughts in terms of how you guys have grown and matured?
A lot of the ways that we've matured as like visually and aesthetically and all of those things, I think they're just organic. We do a lot of like riffing off of each other.
Okay.
And, we just have like a chemistry and a really dope relationship at the baseline of it.
Okay,
like,
absolutely. Okay.
We're thicker than whatever, we are friends.
Yeah.
So like
that makes a huge difference, right?
Yeah.
And not the fake frenemies, because I think many groups have that occurrence, right?
Yeah.
Often behind closed doors, and then somehow it spews over in, you know, through social media. But anyway.
Yeah, we have our stuff like everybody has their stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, at the end of the day, I hate giving Usher compliments, but
just this one time.
This is the second one of the night.
Okay, just one.
Turn our mic up for this.
It's the second one.
Okay.
No. She's a really great communicator. Number one, and it kind of like makes me have to be better at because I suck at it sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So it makes me be better at having to communicate, and also like just, you know, holding me accountable for a lot of things, and just being a really great friend that has made a real big deal in the way that we create music, and the way that like we interact with other people, the way that we do interviews, all of those things. She's definitely been a great support in that. So,
and I feel like that's definitely a dope thing. That's a round of applause for there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always good to, like, a lot of times people give credit behind closed doors, but it's really more important to give credit in front of people, because it just gives credit to you as an individual, to you as a group, so that people can't just, you know, penetrate and try to create mess, because I feel like that's something that oftentimes can occur. And, you know, I think it's also great that you guys have another person to validate each other from, especially when you sometimes feel like you're not good enough. You have your own ability to be like, no, we are. Like, dog, we are. You sound good right there. No, that was dope. let's just do this. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
every day for us. That's every day. That is every single day.
You know, and I think that's dope because it matters. Especially in this era of we have a love-hate relationship with social media, and every guest that we've had on has talked about it. From when Moo Fresh was on, she talked about her own concerns. Chelsea Green was on, she talked about it. You know, we've had a plethora of MCs, male MCs, you know, talk about it. MK Zulu talked about his own, like, okay, I'm just going to focus on this is who I am, and I'm not going to be worried about the fact that I got 10 likes on a picture today. And or like how I joke about it, like, yo, you know, I knew I was looking good in this picture. The best I got was 25, but that's okay. I'm going to keep that anyway, because when you really pop off, they're going to come back and look through your stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to have 6,000 likes on it.
Boom. Scat. Yeah. So, you know, it's all dope there. And, you know, another thing that's really great is that when you experience different things in life, you know, say you're at South by Southwest, right? And you get the call or you find out that something trivial has transpired. You have someone there that's supportive to say, am I telling your own story? I feel like I'm telling your own story.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a story. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like Patience, I got a different support of you. You know what I'm saying? I think like from a distance. Like I never knew you directly. I know you indirectly, right? And so I think that seeing kind of like how you had to experience that time, and then kind of like know how you still were supportive of other artists, like during that time of like showing your face, being there, like, and not trying to be, oh yeah, I'm BOOMscat. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a very humbling experience. And I definitely think it's dope that in spite of kind of, I guess it may feel like a year off kind of thing, but it really was never a year off. You guys were always still like vibing, right? Yeah. That now is like, we back. And we back, and it's like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it rolling. Is that kind of a little bit about how things kind of feel?
So, for folks who don't know, when I was at South by Southwest last year, we were opening up for Badu, Wu-Tang Clan, Thievery Corporation. Shout out to Events DC and Miles. My mom passed, so I got the phone call that my mom passed while we were at South by Southwest getting ready for a show. We had just taken a picture with the mayor. I sent my mom the picture, and I got a message from somebody on Facebook, whom the person that I went to prom with and haven't talked to in like 10 years, giving me condolences for my mom passing. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? And so that was how I found out that my mom passed. Not because that my family was lacking or doing anything wrong. They didn't want me to freak out in Texas, and so they were like calling Asha and trying to get Asha's number. And my partner at the time was trying to like get to Texas, and they came to Texas to initially to tell me, but then I found out. But Asha was like a really huge support for me in that time, Asha and her mom, because her mom was at the bar, because we were at the bar. I was like just getting a beer when I got the message and called my family, and they were like, you gotta come home. And like I fell out in the middle of the floor. Kokai caught me. Asha was yelling across the courtyard like, get her. And Asha's mom sat in the bathroom with me while I cried, like episode of This Is Us, and there should have been like some really sad backing music to it. But yeah, to have Asha there, and she had her own relationship with my mom, and my mom loved her, and we'll call her Preach from Cooley High, and like joan on her as much as I do. Like that was one of my mom's favorite things to do, was joan on Asha. So like, fry her when she walked into her salon.
So
like,
did you carry that over? Because I feel
I mean, I started it.
Okay, you should definitely pick that up.
I started it, but I got it from my mom, and she, we tag teamed. But having her there was really important because I had somebody there with me who had a relationship with my mom and could was having their own experience as well, right? Like having their own experience of losing somebody that was important to them, and like also being supportive of me. Like we didn't even talk for a couple of hours, and like Asha just wouldn't leave me. Like she just made sure I was good. Yeah, it was a lot of things, like made sure I had tea, had water, whatever I needed. My friend was there, and that was really important to me. And if I haven't said thank you for that.
Man, always.
Dang, that's 3, and that's 3.
Dang, I'm on it today, boy. I'm on it today.
You about to get an EP level of,
Hey.
of appreciation.
Let's go.
That was the last one. For
Yeah.
real, bro.
Well, I mean, I think just the fact that you had something so real happen in such a, momentous occasion is I think I was watching somebody say it. Oh, Pastor Keith Battle. He was talking about, he was in Texas too. And it was like his father-in-law was passing, and he was in Texas at the Ritz-Carlton, like at this big time conference. There was only like 8 these big time, pastors / business people. And it was like on one, he felt like he was on the mountaintop, and then he felt like he was in the valley at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I think those experiences make you that much stronger, and it's harder to experience because you're like, I just did this dope thing. Like, this is a highlight in my career, to then only experience something that feels like, man, I can't share this with mom right now. I can't share this with, dad right now. We've all kind of experienced, unfortunately not everybody, but some of us have experienced a loss of someone that, to me, like my grandma, I was like, oh, I'm lost without you. You know what I'm saying? And I was a little confused, and I felt like I've been in kind of like this for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I know patients that nothing but wildflowers of beauty will stem from you, and will give much more ability to make you guys that much stronger, not only of friends, but as a group. Just knowing that you can persevere. So like nothing, you know what I'm saying? No sound check not happening. No, somebody not showing up at a gig on time. Nothing. Literally, you're good. You are ready to go on tour. Like there's nothing that you cannot handle at this point, you know?
We've been through a lot.
And so that speaks to your maturation. And so this dope album, and just thinking about the kinetic energy of the idea of continuously moving. Right? Mm-hmm. Because when you keep moving, you inevitably create electricity. You create something, right? And so I think it's dope that you all have this title of kinetic energy, right? Because it just speaks about, I'm going to keep moving regardless. Right. And that's what speaks to keeping it pushing. So definitely, who thought to say kinetic? I'm just over here thinking.
Yeah, so we've been doing this for 6 years. At the very beginning of us creating, I had a quote on my wall in my apartment, and why can't I remember the quote right now? But it had to do with, I don't want to have potential energy. I want to make sure everything I create is kinetic.
Come through, physics.
Yeah, man, I was no good at physics, but that resonated with me, and I'm not sure what made me. Can't even remember. It was 6 years ago. What made me want to? I smoked a lot of weed in college. Put that on my wall, but I did, and it resonated with Asha as well at the time. And I think when we were choosing names for the album, because this album was finished almost 2 years ago, when we were choosing names for the album, we went through a bunch of names, and we were like, "Remember when we said we were gonna name?" If we ever had an album, like when we created our full LP, it was going to be called Kinetic. Like, do you remember that conversation we had? And she was like, yeah, I remember slightly, and so that's where it came from.
It was a rap.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was a rap.
Like y'all both had like these aha moments, because Asha, you talk about your aha moment on the album in the beginning about it being magical, like you're composing and everything before everything, and how you just give credit to God for that.
I absolutely do, and it's totally magic. It's something that I just absolutely cannot explain at all, because I am not I'm not classically trained in piano. I've been teaching myself over the past 14 years. I'm still teaching myself. I'm still learning like what I'm actually doing. And every time people ask, yo, can you play keys for us in this, I'm just like, I don't play keys for anybody but BOOMscat, because
that's what's up.
That's all. If you need a drummer, I got you. But keys is like strictly BOOMscat, and it's such magic and it's such God. And it was, I don't know, like when I think about, as you're saying, like kinetic, and how that was 5 years ago when we came up with the album title for something that hadn't even been constructed yet.
Yeah.
And how it all worked out perfectly, and how both of our lives have intertwined, and we've been through ups and downs and lefts and rights. But at the end of the day, we have this foundation of love for one another that is unconditional, and it's allowed us to be ready for Kinetic. So we were just like, are we ready? All right, let's set a date.
All right.
Well, the album
And
is.
let's go.
It just shows in the album. Like, it
Well,
does.
yeah.
It shows.
And all the interludes are actually from 5 years ago as well.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Really?
from our very first EP, our mixtape. Actually, it was a mixtape where we just we were at a friend's house. Shout out to Blue, to Lusma, and she was like, "Let's record." It was like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
We went to Wendy's. We got food.
To the Pancake House.
So,
3
like,
in the morning. Oh, just
she pulled
oh,
out
sorry.
her little. She pulled out her little recorder, like
She had a Zoom recorder.
recorder, like ran it through Usher's MPC, and like we just we made up songs on the spot. Some of those songs made it to
West Wing
West Wing
Project.
Project, but the trilogy was really our first project.
Yeah.
And Blue is a journalist, and she was asking us questions about like what we were doing, and this is at the very beginning of what BOOMscat was, like the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean,
Man,
that's
so analogy makes sense now. The 2
Yeah.
in the morning. Yeah, it was good, but it was like, where's this going? Where's this
coming from? Yeah, it was
Hold
like
on, just follow me.
just
well, you have to read their mind. You know what I'm saying? Read their mind, okay?
Yeah.
That's what you have to do,
Y'all in these
Trev.
segues, I love
I just think it's necessary. Like Ben was like, read my mind.
This is actually
read
this is my favorite joint. All day.
Wow. We'll talk about it afterwards.
I like to sing along to it.
yeah. I
Let's
want to know
talk
why.
about it
I want to know why.
I be singing along my own version.
Tell me what I'm thinking about. Is it you? Is it you? All the time, all the time, all the time. Yeah. Can you read my mind? Can you tell me what I'm thinking about? Is it you? Is it you? All the time, all the time, all the time. Yeah, yeah. Lately, I can't stop thinking about you. I've been dreaming about you. I just called to see about you. Oh, you thinking too? Maybe we can find some time to get together. Meet me at the park, wherever. Maybe we can swing a swing. TP both our exes' cribs. Race a shopping cart around the local shopping mall like kids. So won't you take my hand and let's stop time? Girl, it's you. It's on my mind, babe. Can you read my mind? Can you tell me what I'm thinking about? Is it you? Is it you? All the time, all the time, all the time. Yeah. Can you read my mind? Can you tell me what I'm thinking about? Is it you? Is it you? All the time, all the time, all the time. Yeah.
Yes, no can. We don't have
Yeah.
planes to the beach.
Hey.
Catch a tan.
Okay.
Juicy dive in this love. You fit nice, hand in glove. Ain't no stopping what we got. This love for you is on and popping. Girl, my knee just almost dropped. That ring over there, I almost bought.
Hey.
Pump my brakes, clutch my pearls. Ain't nothing finer than you, girl. I take your hand. And you take mine. Girl, it's you. That's on my mind.
Well, that was on our mind,
Hey.
And I think if you can't read it, you better get this album and be connected.
Get the
I mean,
album.
that's the
Get the
basics.
album.
It
It's
is
good.
and it's
The
going to be
whole thing.
available. It's like available everywhere now.
Yeah.
And
Spotify, yeah.
iTunes.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Tidal, everything.
Tidal.
Tidal.
Yes. Wow.
Tidal.
Even Tidal. Hey, shout out to Tidal.
Tidal has some real cool things that they do. Yeah, Tidal's awesome. Get Tidal.
Tidal.
Yeah.
Okay. Ride that wave.
Oh,
That was a good one, cuz. It took a couple people a minute to
It
catch
took
on.
me a minute.
I wasn't gonna put you out there.
You saw it.
I
You saw it.
I saw a pause and I was like, let me just wait, or should I just keep
It
going?
wasn't that long. No, it wasn't that long. It was like 3 seconds.
Okay, it's all good. There was just a small delay.
I forgot
Like
my
2.2
ABCs
seconds.
today, so we're good.
It's all good. It's all good, But
That was
we keep moving. Keep on. Yeah, y'all should do a hook to, keep on, dun 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 dun, in and out of my life. The Kinetic joint. Yeah, y'all should do something with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. And read my mind.
Upper register.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So here's the deal. What's next for BOOMscat? I mean, I'm sorry. We know about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dirty
That's
martinis.
alive.
Wow. It's going to be a
That's
sexy
it.
time.
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
Dirty Martini tomorrow.
So ready.
Yeah, for the Dirty Live experience produced by BMO Productions.
Ow, ow.
Shout out to Bryant. So that's one thing, and that's enough. You know, just make sure, just come to that. You know what I'm saying? Get the album and come to that. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. That's all you need to do. If you miss Big Chief, it's okay. I guarantee there's probably going to be another one, the sold out experience. You know, just try to make sure that you're there so you can be one of that 200. Maybe next time it's going to be 400 because you have to double it. You know what I'm saying? For the duo experience.
Yeah, there was 600 actually.
Oh, just kidding.
600.
Well, yeah. So 1,200. Thank you. At 1, 2, 3.
Can we drop the date for?
Not yet,
Okay,
not
cool.
yet. But
Cool.
please be, if you are
Be
following
on the
BOOMscat, be on the lookout for the actual album release concert. What we did at Big Chief was the album release partying into the release, but we played no new music.
Yeah.
So the album release concert, that'll be happening in May sometime, definitely. So stay close to @BOOMscat, BOOMscat.
Yeah.
And you'll have those details.
And we'll be there clearly because we'll be broadcasting live.
Come on.
Hey.
That is all
Thank
your
you.
social media
Yeah.
at BOOMscat.
At BOOMscat.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
it's just boom and scat. You know what I'm saying? It's, or BOOMscat. Come on. It's either
Somebody
way.
says that.
People say that all the time.
BOOMscat.
BOOMscat.
Alrighty.
That's
Yep.
the
We had
that.
to correct them.
Yeah.
No
Oh, wow.
apostrophes.
Clearly.
No
Pause.
apostrophes there.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
apostrophes.
But it's all good though. We are so excited. Thank you guys for being here. This has been another amazing IAG Radio Show. We're here every Wednesday. If you want to be here, hit us up. We appreciate anybody who's dope. We put you on. You put us on. We support each other. We're just trying to change things up in the area. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So let's just go ahead and hit our theme music. You know what I'm saying? While we're rolling out, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want no problems with Bevan because she got to go to work. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be another label. Wish they would